Hi, my name is Mintago, and I'm here today to answer some of the many false and unscrupulous accusations that have been made against me. At first, when the accusations was just against me, I was going to let them slide. But when my political enemies started to go after some of the businesses and charities that I've had the opportunity to work with over the years, I said to myself, somebody's got to stick up for those people. Somebody has got to tell the truth. Okay, so the first thing that I want to set the record straight on is a charity that my brother Sal Mintago and I set up together called the Jovian Children's Fund. And see, this is a charity we got. It lets, you could be a pilot any place in the galaxy, and it lets you sponsor an adorable little Jovian boy who, or boy or girl, you could choose. You can choose the kid's height too if you want, like maybe you want a tall kid or whatever you want. And it lets you, you send money, like maybe the kid is in like a really bad area. He could be in a really disadvantaged area, like the war-torn Jovian autonomous region near the border, or the kid could have something wrong with him, like he's retarded or something like that. So what you do is you send some money, and it helps the kid, to like be less retarded, and the kid writes you back letters, and you get back a letter. It says, life is very hard here, but I appreciate the donation. Anyway, we got this charity, and that's a great charity. But and this is going to show you the kind of lengths that the political lynch mob that is formed up around anything that I'm involved with is prepared to go to. I've got here a letter, and this is a letter. Clearly, they have gotten to the pilot who wrote this. This is a letter from a pilot named Owen Dalton, who sponsors a Jovian kid out in the Jovian autonomous region. And let me just read you this letter that I got back. You can just see, this is how these people work. You can see the kind of hysteria that creeps into the system. See how they get to this guy. Let me read this to you. I got this just the other day. Dear Mr. Mintago, that's, my brother Sal, he's got the same. Dear Mr. Mintago, I am writing to express my concern about a letter that I received back from my sponsored child, Barry. In his letter, Barry says that his parents' air farm is on the planet Jovialus, but I have not been able to locate any planet named Jovialus in either Ambe's maps or my copy of the Strategic Map Atlas. In addition, the letter smells like cheap cologne and cigar smoke, and appears to be written on the back of a drinks menu for a local strip club named Acacia's Pleasure Hub. I am hereby withdrawing my sponsorship. My lawyer will contact you shortly. Curtly yours, Owen Dalton. See, this is exactly the kind of hysteria that can so easily ruin an upstanding and not in any way fraudulent charity like the Jovian Children's Fund. I mean, for your information, Mr. Dalton, not that you'd be listening to this, I know that, well, for your information, the smell that you detected on the letter, that is a natural musk that the Jovians emit when they're very grateful. As for the stationery, look, I don't know where you grew up, Mr. Dalton, but up in Jovialus, they don't have the kind of fancy Republic University stationery that you're used to. They just use whatever they can find, And I happen to know, because I take a very personal interest in our operations, I happen to know that where your sponsored child, Bert, lives, that there's in fact an air reprocessing factory near there called Acacia's Pleasure Hub. And once a year, the Jovians there, they save up all their money, and they have to save all year for this. They save up all their money and hold a cocktail party in order to celebrate the year's air harvest. And obviously Barry was able to get a hold of one of their menus, one of their flyers, and he just used what he had available. I'm sure he used it to write you a very heartwarming and annoying to write letter about his wonderful triumphs and expensive to solve problems there in his young life. And I think this just shows a lack of respect for what we're trying to do here. Okay, so having dealt with that, as to the accusations of black market trading and bootlegging, misappropriation of Concord funds, I think you know me better than that. I mean, you're only getting one side of the story. If you listen to my political enemies, if you listen to the political lynch mob that has decided that they have no other goal but to drag my name through the mud, if you listen to them, they will tell you that I misappropriated funds, that I shook down a children's hospital, that I stole essential shuttle parts and sold them on the black market, that I made up a planet and sold real estate there to the Amar royal family, So let me just answer this all in one go. I have done nothing wrong. I am not guilty of any wrongdoing, and I am not going to back down from my charitable works just because of a political lynch mob that is determined to drag my name through the mud. The system is not going to strangle the truth. I am not going to let it. Thank you very much.